Hiya, my name is Colin. I live in the UK, in Chester. I live on disability benefits and I have a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. This video is for Richard Branson and I hope it reaches him personally. I want to speak to him directly. And I'm also copying it to my MP, local MP, my psychiatric nurse who likes to be kept informed, and colleagues and friends around the world. I bought your book, The Virgin Way, and the reason I bought it was because I was looking for interesting, beautiful, loving people and their philosophy of life. I bought the book and I noted your care for your staff and your care for your customers and your direct, hands-on, everyday use relating to your people around the world. When I was 16, I was the outstanding science student in school. I got A's in all the subjects and I did it quite easily. And also at that time, compassion was in my heart for people starving in Ethiopia, and I decided that I would use my life to build an ideal world. I deduced that nobody in the world was perfect, and that this was the reason why the world wasn't perfect. People weren't perfecting their individuality, and I wondered why that was, and I concluded that they're born with an impurity. So I decided that I would use my life to discover this impurity, and when I discover it, tell it to the world, and then the world will heal itself. People out of their own free will and their intellectual understanding would be able to perfect their characters. So I began a quest. I started searching. I just stopped studying hard and began thinking about life. I went to a polytechnic in Liverpool, didn't get good grades, and after 3 years I met Yukiko. Now Yukiko is a Japanese girl and she's very clever and very loving and very sacrificial. And she was witnessing on behalf of a Korean guy called Sun Myung Moon. You may have heard of him. And he wrote a book called The Principle. And The Principle is like a science book. So science explains how things happen, but the principle explains why things happen, the world of causation. And when I read that book, it really overtook my life. Then Yukiko left Liverpool. I was in Liverpool. All the Japanese members left, and things started to quieten down. But I started to have many problems without that support. I had excessive sexual desire. I was a young man. My parents persecuted me because they didn't want me to be religious. And the church that was attending, this church that was attending, Moon's Church, intellectually and spiritually wasn't adequate to meet my needs. This brought on stress, and the stress led eventually to spiritual awareness and spiritual openness. My parents became concerned, the church became concerned. I was referred to a GP and then referred to a psychiatrist, and then I was taken into a mental hospital. In the hospital, eventually I was put on very powerful antipsychotic drugs. And these meant that you couldn't think clearly, your thinking was slowed from a scale of 0 to 10 to maybe 6 or 5. You were stiff and uncomfortable, you were in agony all the while, you couldn't walk, all you wanted to do was sleep. And I recovered from my spiritual awareness and got my sense of sensibility right again. And then I was discharged on this medication. And then I had a period of going on it and off it, on it and off it. I didn't want to be on the medication because of the side effects, but when I wasn't taking it, I became ill. This process went on for about 15 years, and it was my fallow period. But then eventually I was put on a modern tablet, which had almost no side effects, and then things started to happen. I began to grow emotionally and spiritually under the care of social services. And then God gave me the answers to my questions, almost like a direct telepathic link. Well, I don't want to put it like that, it sounds weird. But I got the answers to my questions. And the questions that I was asking was, why did I become ill? Why wasn't the church able to help me? But the answers that I got not only explained that, but they explained how people of a living faith from any background, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, can be understood. Some religions are loving, some religions are beautiful. And I realised that, and it made a lot of sense. And from that point on, I've grown and grown and grown. And the answers that I've got are really, really profound. They are logical, they are simple, and they're expressed in a website I've created called letsbuildabetterworld.uk. And there are 3 essays on there that explain my ideas. And I want to publicise them. Now, the essays are finding some interest around the world, but there's too many people for me to pastor, to look after. But it is proving that the essays are popular. So now we have a worldwide pandemic. It's affecting the poor, but it's affecting the rich. The rich cannot go on holiday, they can't fly, they can't go to the pub, they can't go to the theatre, they can't go to the cinema, they can't trade and buy products, and it's even affecting people who are owners of airlines, because they have jumbos that sat on the tarmac and earning no money. And I'm wondering, some of these rich people are so secretly wondering, has God done this? Has God sent this to the world to judge us? I think it's true. And also I believe that my new ideas at this time are ideas that the world needs. And that's why I'm reaching out to you. This is our time, and this can now be done. To make life easier for myself and for other people, some years ago I bought a music computer and I created some music. In 2002 I created Free and Respectful. In 2008 I created the album History, which is my autobiography. And I did this because I wanted to find a way, an easy way, of people getting into understanding me and then going on to study my ideas. About 5 months ago, I sent 4 of my songs to Virgin Radio here in the UK, but I heard nothing back. And listening to the songs that you play on Virgin Radio, it's all about music, I love it, I listen to it every night. My song's not really good enough. But what my songs do have, and other songs don't have, is a deep inner meaning, a new relationship with God. And on this basis, I think they have some validity, and they could earn their place to be played on a radio station. It's my idea, my way of thinking, of getting people involved with my project. And I live with you, Richard, to see what happens. I'm including after this file another file with a bit of music. And if you want, please get in touch. And please try and have a look at the website and have a read of the essays, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you, Richard. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Bye.
If you enjoy making love on a summer's eve, if you enjoy dining out in a gentle breeze, if you enjoy playing croquet in a Scottish B&B, then don't despair, but always be aware that God enjoys moments like these. tears in moments like these. If you dream of a world of undreamt of dreams, undreamt of dreams. If you dream of a world without any fears, without any fears. If you dream of a world of unbounded ideas, unbounded ideas, then don't despair, but always be aware that God dreams of dreams in moments like these. Then never despair, but always be aware that God is with you in moments like these. Because God loves a lover. Hey, 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 hey.